Hey travelers, Mag, I, and several of our friends here from the Texas Geocaching Association on day 197 of our trip around the United States. Now, we were already supposed to push our way out of San Antonio this morning, but hearing that Two Crazy Chicks was going to be hosting a CITO event first thing in the morning, we could not resist the opportunity to come out one more time and get to meet the local geocachers. Some of these geocachers you met last night, some of them are new faces for Aicha and I. So, while we walk around cleaning up this park, we're gonna get a chance to meet them as well. We're starting the morning off here in Denman Estate Park, and this is a beautiful park. And to be frankly honest with you, I don't think we're gonna be seeing much more trash than what we've already collected because it's in very good shape. And that's what I always like to see for a CITO event. We don't have a lot of work to do because the community is taking good care of their parks. That is a great sign, and that's really all I want to see at these events. Once we finish up this event, we've got only 100 miles to cover today between San Antonio and Austin. That's 2 counties. That is as far as we're going to make it today. Once we get to Austin, we are going to call it quits. Hopefully, we'll be meeting SanMarcosMakes along the way. We're going to see when we get up to that point. We're a little behind where I thought we'd be today, but I think time is still on our side. Either way, I know it's going to be a great day because we have several great targets, including several springs between San Antonio and Austin. I can't wait to see what the day has in store, and I can't wait to show you. Come on, let's go!
In 2010, the Gilbert Denman Jr. Estate Park opened to the city of San Antonio, offering 12.5 acres of land and a half-mile of trails to explore. Aside from the intricate labyrinth, one of the main features of this park is a monument that was hand-built in Gwangju, Korea, and assembled right here in San Antonio by Korean craftsmen and artists. While everybody else was busy picking up the trash, Aicha and I were keeping the ducks entertained and speaking with the other geocachers, getting to know a little bit about their stories, and each one has something unique to offer the geocaching community.
So as we're walking the trails, we are taking the opportunity to meet other geocachers that we didn't get to meet last night. So I'd like to introduce you to Techno Taz Draco.
Hello, how are y'all doing today?
How many geocaches have you found?
Technically, I'm up at 408 right now. 408.
And when did you start geocaching?
About 4 years ago.
4 years, all right. And I'm taking it your lovely wife got you into the game?
Yes, she did.
Yep.
I've always been interested in scavenger hunts and stuff like this, and when she introduced it to me, I was very into it.
What is your favorite kind of geocache?
Mine would be the ones, probably Adventure Labs, because you learn a little bit about history. I am a history buff, I always have been, and just having to go around and find stuff and answer questions and look at different types of historical markers and buildings, and it's just all very interesting.
Well, and you should know that watching my geocaching channel, you will get a lot of history because I am also a history buff and I love to get to know the areas that I'm exploring, and Adventure Labs are a great way to do that.
Yes, they are.
So I hope you enjoy getting to clean up the trash here in this park, if we can find any more.
Yep.
And it was very nice to meet you.
All right, thank you very much.
This has been a great time out here in the park. I don't want you guys to get the wrong impression. I did very little actually cleaning up. The other geocachers here did all the work while I mostly talked to folks and walked around the trail with Aichan. But it has been fantastic to meet the Two Crazy Chicks and Crazy Chick C of the Two Crazy Chicks, who hosted not only the event last night, but this Cash In, Trash Out event this morning. She's introduced me to a lot of the geocaches in the area and has been phenomenal in working with me to do everything possible to make this journey as successful as it can be. Crazy Chick C, it has been an absolute pleasure to be able to meet with you and geocache with you over the last couple of days. Thank you very much for hosting me in the San Antonio area.
You're welcome. It's been awesome to have you. I'm glad that we could host you at our home, and we wish you well on your travels out. Stay safe and healthy and have fun.
And I hope that you're going to get out there and find lots of geocaches on the trails and that our paths will cross somewhere in the near future.
Excellent. Maybe even in Japan.
We'll see.
All right.
Happy caching.
You too.
After getting on the road from San Antonio, our very first stop was Landa Park at the William and Dolores Schumann Arboretum. Here you will find Como Springs, not only the largest spring in Texas, but the largest springs in the Southwest. These springs are a natural discharge point of the Edwards Aquifer and serve over 1 million people in ranching, irrigation, and recreational uses. And if that wasn't enough, the Edwards Aquifer supports habitats for more than 40 plants and animal species that can't be found anywhere else in the world. Some of these species include the fountain darter, the Como Springs riffle beetle, the Como Springs dryoid beetle, and the Peck's Cave amphipod. So not only does this park offer a fantastic opportunity to walk around and enjoy many great views over the springs and the nearby lake, but also to learn about many unique species only found here. As the largest city in Como County, New Braunfels holds the title of the county seat with a population of about 90,000 people. Established in 1845, the city was named in honor of Prince Karl's home, Braunfels in Germany. Upon establishment of the settlement, hundreds of German immigrants began arriving at Galveston to eventually settle in New Braunfels. This German heritage shows not only in the population of the city, but businesses found around town. From the oldest bakery in Texas selling German cookies and strudels, to the beer garden and cafe, decked out in flags and decorations, you can find tons of German history everywhere you look in this town, including this beautiful mural telling the story of the original settlers of New Braunfels. In the historic district of New Braunfels, you'll find Gruene. This place has a very rustic feel, taking you back in time to Texas in the olden days. In fact, it is home to the oldest dance hall in Texas, Gruene Hall, built in 1878. A great place for a fun-filled night dancing to country music. Approaching our final targets of the day, we head into San Marcos, the county seat of Hays County, where Aichan and I are about to make a new geocaching friend. I have made it to San Marcos, and that is it for the day. All of my remaining targets today are here in the city, and then from there, it's just a jump into Austin. So SanMarcosMakes has been following along with this journey and asked if I was coming through his town, and sure enough, not only was I, but I was on a convenient day for him and a convenient day for me. So for the rest of today, he's gonna join me on a geocaching adventure as we go around his neighborhood and find, of course, some of the ones I need that he's already found, and then we'll move on to ones he hasn't found yet, and hopefully we'll be able to put some additional smileys on the map. San Marcos has been in the game since 2011 with 1,600 finds under his belt. He took a break for a while, but now he's back in the game and running strong. What's your favorite type of geocache?
Adventure Labs, for sure.
Those Adventure Labs, and we've heard that earlier today as well. It's going to be a great day out geocaching, and San Marcos is going to be joining us for the rest of this adventure. Let's do it. There was certainly no lack of creative and interesting hides to be found today. This one had me scratching my head for quite a while until I decided to get smart and look somewhere where I wouldn't normally. And since I was already reaching into holes, it was not a very big stretch to come down here and find the geocache at the bottom of this one. Close. All right. Oh, I love the little camouflage on the lid. That's so clever. Even Aichan lended a helping hand, making sure we knew just where to sniff out the find. My man, nailed it. Getting to tour this city in the company of a local made all the difference in seeing it from a unique perspective. And as the mermaid capital of Texas, he was more than happy to take me through several stages of his adventure lab, hunting down the mermaids spread around town. Each of these mermaid statues represent an important piece of history that occurred through the aquamaids that have performed at Aquarena Springs. These young women struck onlookers as mermaids, learning to breathe underwater through a hose, and amazing visitors with synchronized swimming, underwater ballet, and of course, Ralph, the swimming pig's sidekick. And since Aquarena Springs had become a part of Texas State University, it only seemed fitting that our tour of the town would end on the campus. Established in 1899, this university has steadily grown to become one of the largest universities in the United States, with a record of enrollments near 39,000 students. There are many statues to be found around the campus, each expressing a different part of its history, but none are more fierce or courageous than Boko the Bobcat, the mascot that was adopted by the university in 1921. And while many teams now bear the name of Bobcats, Texas State was the first college in the country to use this for its athletic team.
All right, that is the end to a very short day, and what a fun day it was. We began our morning with the CITO event in San Antonio, and were able to walk through that park with the other geocachers. After we got out of town, we began to make our way north on the 100-mile stretch into Austin. We really only had 2 counties that we were going through today, so we've already gone through the big cities for that. We went through New Braunfels, Gruene, and then ended our day here in San Marcos with SanMarcosMakes. And as I understand, I'm the first geocacher you've been out on the trails with, right?
Yes, it is.
And it is fantastic to be able to break in that social aspect of the game, because as you all know, this is a very social game. So what was your favorite geocache you found today?
I think watching you get one of my favorite, the highly favorited one in San Marcos.
Yeah, the most favorited geocache in town, of course he'd already found. But that's where we met up for the day, and he was more than happy to stand back and let me work. And you're right, that is a fantastic geocache. We were able to actually add a few more smileys to SanMarcosMakes map as well, which is pretty good considering this is his home area, and he's already cached out quite a bit of it. Like this video, subscribe to stay tuned for daily updates, and we'll see you out on the trail.